Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from around the globe, peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the Trillion Dollar Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. This is your pre-market briefing for Friday, February 27th, 2026. We close out the week with a hotter than expected producer inflation data and strong post-earnings volatility across tech and infrastructure names. Today is about inflation reaction, yield movement, and whether equities can absorb the pressure. I track the headlines, the data, and the market levels so you don't have to. This show is for education and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research, but you can use the show as a foundation. Let's get into the mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I am the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable, I am skilled, I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. Okay, let's get into the macro. Core PPI month over month. Forecasted at 0.3%, actual 0.8%. Significantly hotter than expected. This reinforces inflation's persistence and may pressure yields higher. And then we had PPI month over month. Forecasted 0.3%, actual 0.5%. It's hotter than expected. Implications: bond yields likely firm, growth stock sensitive, Fed rates expectations potentially recalibrated. Watch the 10-year Treasury yield, the dollar strength, and the QQQ versus defense rotation. Okay, we had some earnings yesterday after market close. We had CoreWeave missed on earnings by 11%, beat on revenue by 1.5%. This camera is tripping. Okay, and as you can see, it's down a lot, almost 10% from yesterday's close. We also had Rocket Lab beat on earnings by 9%, beat on revenue by 1%, but it's down 6% in the pre-market. We had Dell beat on earnings by 10%, beat on revenue by 5%, and it's up 11% in the pre-market. And Zscaler beat on expectations, beat on earnings by 12%, beat on revenue by 2%, but as you can see, it's down 13% in the pre-market. Robert Greene's daily law: follow the master's example, not his path. Demonstrate your difference. Establish your own style. When it comes to long-term investing, markets reward originality rooted in discipline. Learn from the greats, but do not replicate their era, their conditions, or their exact strategies. When it comes to trading, do not trade someone else's blueprint blindly. Adapt strategies to today's volatility regime. Demonstrate difference in execution, better risk management, tighter entries, stronger discipline. Mastery is about evolution, not imitation. Market open, market open, market open. The market is open. February 27th, 2026, 6:30 a.m. Let's get into it, y'all. Give me 1 second. Actually, I am running a little late, so I had to do a couple things as I prepare. Give me 1 second, y'all. I was not able to get into the market caps today, but let's just get into these numbers. And let's go on a 1 minute chart so we can see the movement. All right, Nvidia is down again. Oh my God. Nvidia is down almost 2.5% to 180. Sheesh. Google is down 0.5% at 305.82. Apple is down over 1% at 270. Microsoft is down 2.5% to 391.32. Amazon is down 0.5% at 206.85. TSM is down over 2% at 369. AVGO is down over 3.25% at 310.60. Meta is down almost 1.5% at 647.82. Tesla is down over 1.5% at 401.92. Berkshire B is up 0.25% at 503.67. And Walmart is up almost 2% at 126.66. We did get a Netflix signal here. Let's see what we got. Netflix gapped up from yesterday because Netflix did not. It's looking like Netflix is not going to get the Warner Brothers deal because Paramount gave a better deal. Now, we don't know if Netflix is going to give their own deal to try to make a better one, but that's what Paramount did, and that's why Paramount is looking like they're going to get the contract, or they're going to get the acquisition, but we don't know if Netflix is still going to give a response offer, but it's looking like Skydance is going to get it. I mean, excuse me, it's looking like Paramount is going to get it. So, if that's the case, the market likes Netflix not getting it, and that's why it's running today. All right. Let's get into the news, y'all. Before we get into the news, this thing to reset. This is supposed to be an 8-chart display, y'all. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me fix this display. Oh yeah, when you reset your, you have to update your computer. It just be messing up, man. So it's going to take me about 30 seconds to fix it. So give me a second here. Okay, so this 8-chart display, top left-hand corner is Nvidia. To the right, Google, Apple, Microsoft. Underneath Nvidia, we have Amazon. To the right, TSM, AVGO, and Meta Platforms. All right, now let's get into some news. This is from Wallow. This is more motivation. The work you avoid today becomes the weight you carry tomorrow. Shout out Wallow. Okay, this is from Wall Street Journal Business News. Jack Dorsey, former CEO of Twitter, now CEO of Block, formerly Square, is cutting 40% of Block's workforce, betting artificial intelligence tools can fill the gap. So just let that be a preview to what other companies are going to do. This dude is cutting 4,000 jobs, 40% of the workforce, and he's going to let AI do their jobs. So you think AI not going to take your job? You think AI is not going to take thousands of other jobs? He's just the first to do it. We got to prepare, y'all. We got to learn how to use these AI tools for our own business. And we just have AI agents working for us. Because that's what they're doing. So we got to do it too. We got to do what the big money does if we want to stay innovative. Next, Target said it will soon only carry cereals made without certified synthetic colors. That'll be great for the kids. Good for the adults who still eat cereal. Excuse me. It's about time. All right, next. Former President Bill Clinton is due to testify behind closed doors to a congressional panel about his ties to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Now, why is this behind closed doors? Clinton was at that island violating kids along with Epstein and all them rich folks from around the globe. Allegedly. This is worse than any other controversy. This is worse than anything. And this has nothing to do with black people. This is rich white people violating kids for decades upon decades upon decades. They even went to their own island to do it. It has nothing to do with black people. They didn't like, thank God they didn't like black women, black people, black children. Because it seems like there was no black children violated on the island. But people, they're not mad enough about this Epstein and everybody that went to the island. They was mad at R. Kelly. They was mad at Cosby. They was mad at P. Diddy. But this is way worse than all three combined times 100. But the people that was speaking out against those three, they're not speaking out the same way they are against Epstein. And I find that very interesting. This is way worse. Throw Clinton in jail. And everybody else that went to the island and violated them kids. All right, next. This is from the Financial Times. Scientists found vegetarians had less chance than omnivores of suffering pancreatic, breast, prostate, kidney, and multiple myeloma blood cancers, although they showed a higher incident of a main I don't know how to say that word. This one particular malignant tumor. So lower risk in 5, higher risk in 1. I think that's a good risk to reward ratio on why we should not be eating meat every day. All right, next. This is from Dan Ives. He said, "We believe the Anthropic Enterprise agent event earlier this week to showcase Claude will mark a bottoming process in the Armageddon software trade, which has plagued tech stocks this year. Claude is a great AI tool, but it is not replacing software players. That's a clear narrative. All right, next, this is from Benzinga. Tesla Cybercab will be testing the Chicago highway. Elon said those are going to be about $30,000 each for a Cybercab. Are you going to buy one? Are you going to ride in one? Let's see. Okay, let's get into the $1 trillion market caps that we didn't do earlier. Let's see if this actually updates while the market is open. Yes, it does. Okay, so this is live, up to date. Nvidia 4.39 trillion, Apple 3.95 trillion, Google 3.7 trillion, Microsoft 2.92 trillion, Amazon 2.21 trillion, TSM 1.92 trillion, Meta 1.62 trillion, Tesla 1.51 trillion, AVGO 1.48 trillion, Berkshire 1.08 trillion, Walmart 1.01 trillion. Let's check out the Fear and Greed Index, see what we got. Fear and Greed Index is at 40, y'all. The Fear and Greed Index is at 40. We are in fear. We are back in fear, y'all. All right, back to the news. Google is forming a joint venture to lease TPUs to customers, and Meta will be one of the first. Meta is ready to purchase TPUs for its own data centers as early as next year. Google is moving beyond internal AI use and is now monetizing TPUs externally. Joint venture structure suggests scaling chip leasing business. So Meta is buying chips from NVIDIA, AMD, and now Google. To me, it signals they can't get enough compute to handle the demand. Bullish Google, as it's a new source of revenue for them, but the fact that they can land a customer like Meta even after NVIDIA and AMD deals that Meta signed means there's just more and more of a need for a further build out. That is from Amit on Twitter. Okay, I thought this was interesting. A Chinese CEO reportedly placed 180 million yen, which is about 26 million in cash, across 800 tables and invited his 7,000 employees to take what they could. He said many young workers were burdened by mortgages, car loans, and rising living costs, and they needed a tangible support rather than empty promises. Wow, that's incredible. Man, China is so ahead of the game, man. Well, I've never seen an American CEO do that. And if you're watching on YouTube, you're able to see the $26 million across the 800 tables and the stacks of currency. It's incredible. Next is from Andrew Yang. Oh, this is talking about Block again. He said 4,000 jobs cut out of 10,000 directly attributed to AI. Universal basic income is inevitable. All right, next. One of the richest black men in tech, David Stewart's World Wide Web technology hit the $20 billion in annual revenue, y'all. Shout out to this brother here. $20 billion in annual revenue. Incredible. Okay, he started the company in 1990 with $250,000. Even though he had personal hardships like a car repossession. And he has expanded this company to over 10,000 employees, and he serves global clients, making it the largest black-owned business in the U.S. and a model of resilient growth in systems integration. Woo! Shout out Dave Stewart, y'all. We need him at InvestFest this year. All right, next. I thought this was funny. Young people are using ChatGPT to fill out their applications. HR is using AI to read them. Nobody's getting hired. All right. Let's check out some numbers. Check out some of our other tickets we like to look at on the show. Let's go to the 1 minute chart. Now we go to the 5 minute. All right, so we'll start off with SPX. It's down over 0.5% at 6,845. SPY is down almost 1% at 683. The NAS 100 is down over 0.5% at 24,831. QQQ is down almost 1% at 604.25. Pam Bondi's Dow Jones is down over 1% at 48,730. The Dow Jones ETF is down over 1.5% at 487. The VIX is up 15%. The VIX is up 15% to 2147. The 10-year Treasury yield note is broken under 4, y'all. It is now at 397. Gold is running. Gold is up almost 1% at $5,222 per ounce. The gold mini shares trust is up over 0.5% at 103.36. The silver trust is up over 2.5% at 82.58. The copper miners ETF is up 1% at 95.34. AMD is down 1.75% at 200. And it's in the gap. It's in two gaps right now, actually. Bitcoin is down 2.5% at 65,840, y'all. I do have a level here at 65,505. All right, IBIT is down 2.25% at 37.42. Ethereum is down almost 4%. It's broken under 2,000. It's at 1,950. BMNR is down over 4%. Looks like it filled the gap to the downside. It's at 1962. Palantir is up 0.75% at 137.06. And Robinhood is getting destroyed alongside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's down over 4.25% at $76, y'all. Goodness. Terrible. All right. Next piece of news. Check it out. Quick clip.
Is there any idea where you might want the fourth?
Yep, we got a New York location locked and loaded, Times Square. So I think that's gonna be huge. It's under renovation now, and
man, y'all gonna make me fly to New York? Oh, God damn,
gotta do it. Hustle love New York. Hustle went out there and was living out there. He was doing his mixtape when he first got signed. New York embraced him, and he always would be very vocal with us. Like, man, I love New York, bro. You gotta get to New York. So my first time in New York was with bro, and we got a lot of love for New York because of that, and because they always show Hustle so much love and brand so much love. So I know that Times Square, New York is going to just go crazy.
So that was Black Sam, the brother of Nipsey Hussle. He's announcing that Marathon Burger is coming to Times Square, y'all. Salute to them. The marathon continues to Times Square. That is wonderful. You know how much bread they finna make in Times Square? Ooh, the marathon continues. Salute Black Sam. Salute everybody over there that all money in. Salute everybody that love Nipsey Hussle, y'all. Next, the Pentagon has given Anthropic until 5:01 p.m. tonight to yank the kill switches off its AI so it can be used for all lawful purposes, which apparently includes everything up to, but not including, Skynet Light. Ooh. And it's really called Skynet Light, too. If they don't, the Pentagon will terminate the partnership with Anthropic and deem them a supply chain risk, y'all. Let me play this clip.
To the Pentagon's request to leave it. Anthropic says it will not accede to the Pentagon's request to eliminate safeguards from its AI systems. That is despite threats to deem the company a supply chain risk and remove it from the Department of Defense's systems, putting a multi-million-dollar contract at risk. The dispute stems from the AI startup's refusal to remove safeguards that would prevent its technology from being used to target weapons autonomously and conduct surveillance in the United States. In a statement on Thursday, Anthropic CEO Dario Avadi underscored the company's opposition to the use of its AI models for mass domestic surveillance. He also said, quote, "Frontier AI systems are simply not reliable enough to power fully autonomous weapons." Earlier in the day, Pentagon spokesperson Sean Parnell said on X that the department has no interest in using AI to conduct mass surveillance of Americans, nor does it want AI to develop autonomous weapons that operate without human involvement. He said what they're asking is to, quote, "allow the Pentagon to use Anthropic's model for all lawful purposes." Parnell said the company had until 5:01 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday to decide. Anthropic, backed by Google and Amazon, has a contract with the department worth up to $200 million. More than 200 Google and OpenAI employees backed its position in an open letter. Neither of those firms would immediately respond to requests for comment.
What y'all think gonna happen, y'all? Is Anthropic gonna fold? Or is the Pentagon going to take away their contract? I think it's like $200 million contract, too. So this is big. This is big. All right, next. The future is finally here. And it costs $128K. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see this video. It's basically a flying car. It doesn't look like a car, but it has 4 small propellers, 2 on each side, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. And it kind of looks like a racing car. But it doesn't have, it's really stripped down a bunch of stuff. It's really small. But they flying around though. Man, we are here. The future is here in 2026, y'all. 128K? Who is gonna be the first rapper to buy one of these and put it in a video? Or the first athlete to buy one of these and put it in a video? Or the first investor? Aristotle, buy one of these and fly it around Puerto Rico. That would be dope. That would be super dope. I should send this to Aristotle. Tell him to buy one, bro. You gotta buy one. All right, next. If you're old enough to have enjoyed this as a toy, Charles Harrison was responsible for its redesign. Originally, it was a device for grown-ups to look up photos, but he pivoted the gadget to a kid audience. It's called the Viewmaster. I remember having one of these as a kid, and you just pull the lever on the side and it goes to the next image. Yeah, that's pretty dope. That's all for my 70s and 80s babies right there. Salute. Okay. For the first time ever, we had an all-black band hit the #1 on the Billboard charts in the category of alternative airplay. I'm going to play a 30-second clip from their song. Oh, I had to turn it down.
The message.
Man, they know once we get into a category, we gonna take over and we gonna be the best. That's why they try to hold us down so much. Because if everything is equal, we gonna win. Shout out to them brothers there. What's the name of their group? The Paradox. That's the name of the group, y'all. All right. I thought this story was crazy. So, this Burger King employee, this lady, this black woman, she was working there for 24 years and was fired because at the end of her shift, she took home a fish sandwich, fries, and a drink. Supervisors claimed she only had permission for the sandwich and accused her of stealing the fries and the drink. The case went to court, where the details were closely examined. The judge found no evidence of premeditation or intent to steal and ruled that immediate dismissal was disproportionate. She was awarded $46,000 in compensation. The ruling sparked broader discussions about workplace fairness, loyalty, and whether discipline should match the severity of the situation. She worked there for 24 years and they fired her about taking fries and a drink. That is ridiculous, y'all. That is so ridiculous. But shout out to that sister, man. She was able to win that case in court. 46 bands. All right, next. New Anthropic milestones. Daily signups have tripled since November. Paid subscribers have more than doubled since October. Free users grew 60% in the last month. So they're going to need a lot more compute, y'all. All right, next. Amazon plans to try to use its own Trainium and Inferentia processors to develop its AI models in an effort to cut costs. If we can build our own models on our own chips, we can build them at a fraction of the cost of a pure play AI model provider, says Amazon's new AI czar. Next, even more California wineries shut down or will soon as the industry is being crushed by the drinking habits of the next generation. All right. This is from Amit about NVIDIA yesterday. He said, I guess it goes into today because it's down 2% more today. The simple answer is we have a ton of options expiring tomorrow. And the Jane Streets of the world are doing what they do best. The market is still lacking confidence in the CapEx cycle. Jensen spent a decent chunk of time explaining the reason hyperscalers will keep paying it's because their operating cash flows are going up. More tokens, more revenue, more compute. Cycle continues to eventually trillions per year on spend, but the market continues to be doubtful. The incremental new buyer for NVIDIA is lacking. Retail owns it. Toots own it. Toots. That's crazy. Who's next to own it at these levels is the question. Broader macro might still be ugly with Iran war threats. Could be holding back the entire market. Some have brought up accounting issues and cooking the books. My response is that I trust NVIDIA's management team over people scrolling through the 10K looking for a red flag. If the books were being cooked for a $4 trillion company, then I hold, but I'm very skeptical. I bought more shares today. The story is simple. More compute is needed across every sector of life. NVIDIA supplies it at 75% margins and is reaccelerating that growth. Trading at 15 times earnings, 2027 forecast now. Just not that scary to buy more right here. All right. Are we missing any numbers? Let's check out the sectors. Let me drink this right quick. All right, XLK is down almost 1.5% at 139. XLY is down almost 1% at 116.05. XLC is at break even at 116.72. XLF is down 2% at 51.37. XLV is up 0.25% at 157.92. XLP is up almost 0.75% at 89.49. XLE is up fractionally at 55.13. XLU is up over 0.25% at 47.34. XLU hit an all-time high today, y'all. XLI is down over 0.5% at 175.49. XLB is down 0.5% at 52.72. And XLRE is up fractionally at 43.71. All the ETFs we like to look at on the show are red today, y'all. Let's check out the heat map. Ooh, let me refresh. Ooh, that's a lot of red in there, y'all. That's a lot of red. That's a lot of red, y'all. Jeez. Only thing green, I see Netflix is up over 7%. Walmart is up almost 2%. But tech is super red. Finance is super red. Producer manufacturing is super red. Consumer discretionary is super red. McDonald's is up 1.5%. Sheesh, y'all. All right, that's it for today. Let's end it with some Instagram clips that we like to play on the show.
Every morning, everyone should speak these 5 affirmations, alright? I am the best. I can do it alone. God is always with me. I am a winner. Today is my day. Every morning, everyone should speak these 5 affirmations, alright? I am the best. I can do it alone. God is always with me. I am a winner. Today is my day. Every morning.
Sometimes you just struggle. You're more blessed than you think. Sometimes you just struggle to realize how much is in front of you because you're constantly thinking about what you have to obtain. The rich person is not the one who has a lot, but the one that has enough. So you should seek to have enough, inshallah.
It ain't all good, but it ain't all bad either. So be thankful. Be happy. Smile. We're gonna be productive today.
We will be productive today.
Be happy. Y'all gonna be productive today. So just be happy.
Gonna be moments when it don't happen overnight, and there's gonna be moments when it's really, really frustrating, and there's gonna be moments when it's really, really inspiring and empowering. And if you get too high off the highs and too low off the lows, you're gonna take yourself on a ride that's very uncomfortable. I think it's just about being committed to the work and appreciating it, when it's good, and not stressing too bad when it's bad. Just appreciating the work and staying focused on showing up every day.
All right, that's it, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to the show, $1 Trillion Tickers. We'll be back tomorrow. The market is closed, so we will be charting. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.